How are you? Let us know when you can speak. So what happened was that today I was putting some decorations outside. So I have like a small window. I like the complex where I live because hi Leslie,
Hi, Tati. Hi, everybody.
because my window is not locked. So anybody can enter my apartment. But I have lived here for so long that, I have an opening and the window is there. So tell me how. I was moving something and then the whole Christmas tree fell down. But I fixed it. I fixed it. And I put a ritual with the Christmas tree if you want to see it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hi, Lily. I don't know if they can. Hi,
Hi,
Lily.
how are you
How are
guys?
you?
Good.
So we can do rituals out of everything. And the more you guys get used to rituals, the more empowered you're going to get. Because that's how you reprogram the unconscious. So what I did with the Christmas tree, I'm making coffee. I'm sorry, I need coffee for the meditation. So everything that we do is giving a symbolism to the unconscious. Like today, listen to this. I don't know if I know that Mary saw it. That I put a post about the cinnamon with the body lotion. You
Yes,
saw
and the
that?
Yeah,
perfume.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, you seen it too, Leslie?
Yeah.
Oh, listen to this. I'm up where I don't know if you notice the prices for rental is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I don't know how is it where you guys are.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Okay. So in Florida, like a one bedroom is 2,000. So I live in an area where it's income restricted, but it's not the ghetto. It's like income restricted. It's nice. But I have lived here like for 10 years. So I wanted to manifest to move me to a 3 bedroom because I'm tired of being with my roommate. Joshua is my roommate. So I want to be independent. But because everybody's moving to Orlando, every single body wants to be here. So they have like waiting lists. So I'm trying to manifest to have grace and favor so I can move to a 3 bedroom. So listen to this. The lady in the complex where I live, she hates me. She totally despises me. Like if she can take me out of the complex, she will in a bit. So recently I had like I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I'm the kind of person that I don't want to be in trouble, but I'm always in trouble. I don't know if anybody can relate. Like I'm trying to disguise myself and like not to be noticeable, but I'm always something is happening. Why, guys? Tell me. So I want to be under the radar, but I'm something is happening. Anybody can relate? Let me know.
No, not me.
No? It sounds like Leslie say yes.
Yeah. Like it's like not intentional. It's not like you want to get in trouble. Like you have a good intention to it, but you just get in trouble, I guess.
Since I was little, it's like that. Since I was little. Like every week, every month I was in the principal's office because I was talking at the I always speak my mind. So that got me in trouble. So I studied with nuns. So the nuns didn't like that. They always wanted people. And listen, today I was having a download as I was putting the nativity. I noticed that the devil is compared with a goat, right? Not with a goat. What's the name of it? With a ram.
Yeah, like with the
And
ram ears. I know what you're talking about.
but then guess what? The sheep is considered Jesus, right? Look at the BS that how they program us. Why do you think is that? Why do you think the devil gets compared to a ram?
Because it's close to God. Like they're trying to confuse us.
It's because of the personality. They want for us to be sheep, not ask questions, following, feed me, give me. Let me just be here, don't ask questions, and give you all my energy without asking questions. But how is the ramp? Do you know where ramps live?
No.
In the highest mountains. As a matter of fact, there is a kind of ramps that they live. I don't even know how they climb there. I don't know how they don't even have like like it's such a high mountains that one mistake will kill you. You know, mountains is a typology of kinship because the mountains is where the kings lives, right? So look at the mentality of the ramp. They're like, whatever, motherfuckers, I'm here. Don't tell me what to do. I live here. You can reach me. And guess what? Predators are very afraid of chasing them because like they jump from little rocks to little rocks and they're unreachable. And every time you have a conversation with somebody that has to do with the Bible, they will tell you the ramp is symbolism of the devil, which I think are the coolest beings ever. They're not afraid of anything. They can adapt and they can survive and they're, basically free in compare with the sheep. The sheep always have to give the wool. They always have to give the milk. They usually get sacrificed. So compare. You see how the unconscious works? Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling?
Good.
You guys okay?
Good. Yeah.
Because you guys need to prepare for what's coming.
What's that?
What do you think is the most um, terrorizing time of the year?
Terrorizing time of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas?
No. Mercury retrograde.
Oh, the retrograde.
Yep, it's coming back.
When do you know?
That's a great question. That's what I ask myself. Why? Why is Mercury retrograde coming? And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because that's how we get tested. Um, when people is in the shadow, that's when you truly see who they are. People usually has a mask. When we have good energies, like when everything is going your way, how do you feel?
Good.
Good.
Let me tell you something. When everything is going on your way, right? You're like, it doesn't matter what happens. The person that is gonna cut me in traffic is gonna cut me, but everything is going my way, so I'm cool. But how about if you start with the left foot? How much patience will you have throughout the day?
Not a lot.
And that's the reason why we have three, not one, not two, but guess how many? Three. Mercury retrogrades during the year. And why Mercury is such a hard time? Because Mercury is the planet of communication. And what is the one of the um I don't know if you guys know this, but after you pass the heart chakra, you pass karma. So after the heart chakra, we have the throat chakra. And one of the biggest blockages that people has is the throat chakra. Why do you guys think is that?
I know why I have blockage, but I don't know why other people have blockage.
Well, because it's hard for people to accept and be truthful and honest. When it comes to the throat chakra is manifesting, is the law of attraction, manifesting itself. So when you speak, you can either speak the truth, or you can speak in the mask of ego, or you can just stay quiet and hurt yourself, or you can actually vomit venom. So when a person hasn't worked the three first chakras, when they have blockages in the throat chakra, is because they either very hurtful or they're very deceitful. What it means is that they're a chameleon. They will tell people what they wanted to hear. So that's the reason why Mercury is such a hard time for everybody, because it's the time when we're like, I can guarantee you that how you are in Mercury retrograde, you're totally different how you are after Mercury retrograde. Like it's so hard to hide the shadow that is almost impossible. And that's the reason why people is in a bad mood, people is conflicted. As a matter of fact, they recommend for you not to sign contracts, not to buy things, big investments, not to do anything that has to do with the core, not to get married. And always the excess come back during Mercury retrograde. The toxic narcissist will always hit during Mercury retrograde.
Oh no.
But you are in another level, Mary. That's when we are actually in the chase and run.
Oh yeah, I'm on the other level. Done completely.
I know, but put into perspective. For example, I don't know if you when you were with the narcissist, there is a specific days that you had fight with him that it will repeat himself. Like to me, every time it was my son's birthday, we had a fight, and he was never present on his birthday. Every single year, there's something happening on
Yeah,
my son's birthday that he was never present.
that and holidays were always bad. Holidays mostly are being around his family, friends, stuff like that. But yeah, it was mostly like, yeah, like what you said. Like you notice there's like a pattern, which, yeah.
Not only that, listen to this. But look how look how karma is so powerful. Let me tell you how karma never fails. According to psychologists, narcissists are unable to celebrate holidays because it's not about them. So they will never celebrate your birthday, they will never celebrate Mother's Day, they will never celebrate Christmas because it's not about them. But when it comes to Father's Day or their birthday, they're always present. But when it comes to me, karma is such a big thing, I'm telling you. Every time I have a fight with the narcissist, karma is something really. You're gonna say something, Lily?
I couldn't hear anything you were saying. Did anybody like, was everybody like listening
Me
or
too.
no?
Me-
Yeah.
It
It
blacks out
cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the last thing you guys heard?
about the narcissist, about missing your birthday. Yeah, they won't celebrate you. That I could relate to. But mine would do it like every other. So one year he would do really, really good and go all out and like give me what I want and I'd be so happy. And then like the next year he would get you like a videotape or something and you'd be like, what the hell is this? And you'd be just so disappointed. He would do like the pull, like the give and pull thing technique. So he would like make me so happy, and then like he'll do like every other. That's what I noticed was a pattern of his. Give really good, and take it back. Yes, that was his special.
You know why I laugh? You know what? You know
Why do
what
he?
kind of gift I got when my son was born? You gotta laugh. Now, listen, I think how
Yeah.
you know that you're healed is
Yes.
when those things doesn't hurt you anymore. Because listen,
When when you know it was all techniques and it was so calculated, like now it's funny to me that he put so much energy into doing things like that. It's just insane.
but listen to this. You know what I got when my son was born? Listen, he doesn't have any child. Like this is his only first one and last one, right? So when my son was born, guess what he got me for my birthday? Just take a guess. Like the worst gift you can ever have. What do you think he gave me? Just take a guess.
Chocolates?
No. Mm-mm. You know what he got me? He went to his bookshelf. He grabbed a book from the bookshelf.
Um,
He brought
I was gonna guess that. Oh,
like I haven't seen his books, you know? Like he
he actually
wrapped
has
it.
a book.
Yes.
So he gifted you a book that he had in his bookshelf? That's too funny.
That one year he gave me that. Another Christmas, you know what he bought me? That you know the shower head? He gave me that for Christmas. Who
A
does
shower
that?
head?
Yes. Who does that? And it's not that I'm materialistic, but dude, a book from your own shelf.
Yeah, that's weird.
You want me to tell you what is the saddest part of all of this? That it pushed me to be the best version of myself, that the masculine that you have inside of you is the masculine that you're going to manifest outside of you. And sometimes I'm by myself, right? And I'm think, Jesus Christ, what happened to me? What happened? Why? Why? And then I said, well, I'm working really hard in my solar plexus. Next time I manifest a relationship, it's gotta be different. It's gotta be. Because I'm not a jerk anymore. So the the biggest lesson for me is to whenever I wanted to be a jerk, always go back to center and remember compassion and empathy is a big one. I have to be compassionate. I have to have empathy because my entire mission is to heal the masculine energy. And I know that all of us here can relate with the toxic masculine. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Irma, are you there? Did you say something?
Yes, I'm here. I don't know what was going on with my phone. You guys couldn't hear me, but I've been here listening.
Um, I'm gonna pass you guys a survey. In the other group, they're already taking the solar plexus. And the class I'm gonna give a live. When you guys hear that class is gonna change your life. Um, because we have to learn so much about how to reprogram our mind. It's amazing. I thank my higher self every single day because I couldn't done it without the people that I connected in this plan. Like, if I didn't have my heart attack and I didn't connect with the people that I connected, I don't know what will happen in my next life or how this life will end it because they have programmed us so much out of fear and out of aggression that's the reason why the world is how it looks now. Well, but I have talked so much. I don't know if you guys have any questions, anything that you guys want to ask, and how do you want this class to be tonight? Let's make the best out of this class. So if something, I don't know if you guys look at the post that I put from another group. I wish they would have it in English, but in the other group, a lot of people don't speak English, but they do give a lot of good questions. So that's the reason why, if you guys want to, I can continue to share the questions because it will answer a lot of questions that you might have inside of you. Like,
Yeah, I like watching the
huh?
I like watching the Spanish 'cause I've noticed that they do ask like a lot of questions. So we're like the quiet group. I don't say much.
But that's the reason why get incentive. For example, yesterday, look how the unconscious works because everything that I'm teaching you is what? How to understand the symbolism and the language of the unconscious. Look how it works. Yesterday, somebody asked me, teacher, um, I haven't been able to sleep because I think I have a lot of information. Look how the unconscious works and how we program with fear. If you guys hear that, what will you guys think if you hear a comment like that?
That she was depressed.
But listen, teacher, I have a lot of information that I haven't been able to sleep. How I see it is just that what I'm teaching is a lot, and that is giving her insomnia, right? Wouldn't you guys believe that or agree with me?
Oh, you said I thought you meant she couldn't clean, but you mean sleep. Yeah,
Sleep.
yeah.
That's the reason why we need to always get back to center and ask ourselves the best questions. Because every time we're exposed to something new or something that is challenging us, the first thing that we associate it with fear, and we have to get rid of this. So I asked her questions. What is it that you're learning that you think that you haven't been able to process? And then that's something that I learned throughout the years that I'm gonna share with you guys. I love to search for the truth. My entire life I've been searching, searching, searching. But my search became focused since a year ago. Why? Because the information that you don't put into practice becomes a blockage and then makes your mind disturbed. And a lot of people like to focus in, for example, Tamiyama, Reiki, crystals, lucid dreaming, um, astral projector, projection, weekend is a lot. If you're not gonna be able to focus in something that you can actually put into practice instead of helping you, is going to cause blockages and it's gonna make you drain and it's gonna make you have your mind all over the place. And when your mind cannot focus into something, it's gonna block your manifestations. Are you guys understanding?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not that I don't want for you guys to research. Go ahead. But if you're not able to put it into practice, what's the point? And there is a lot of information out there that you have to filter it in order for you to be able to see if it's actually truth or somebody's just wanted to get a view. So that's the first step towards learning what we wanted to focus on. Because a lot of people don't ask themselves questions. For example, 3 days ago, I put a post about Jehovah. A lot of people say, oh, wow, what a big knowledge. But they didn't ask, so who is Jehovah? Where is he coming from? It is great information to know that Jehovah is an Anunnaki, right? But I need to know more, or I need to be familiar with the information in order for me to be able to to relate to that. And that's the reason why it's important to have discernment and intuition. Intuition, feminine energy; discernment, masculine energy. So always allow your higher self to guide the process. So continuing with the question that she asked, um, she was going through a lot with her relationship, and then she figured out that's what it was keeping her um, from not being able to go to sleep. So what am I trying to tell you with this? Whenever something is wrong, start asking yourself the right questions in order for you to be able to heal. Don't assume. Assumptions make us do things that is going to put us into karma. Assumption is something that I have, but nobody else knows. So instead of me assuming, it's better for you to ask. Okay?
Right.
And having that said, do you guys have any questions about everything that we have studied?
I have a question, I guess, with the chakras. Like, I know we do like our meditations and stuff. Sometimes I do like, the meditations as well, like, balance, trying to work on the first ones, the root, the first three coming, from the bottom, the root. But I guess I'm like feeling like, how do we know when they start open?
Okay. Let's talk
Are we
about
doing what we're supposed to be doing? Mhm.
that's a very good question. But let's talk about how they're open. They're always open because when a chakra closes, we die. Why? Because chakras is like outlet, like an energy outlet, right? That is always open, vibrating, and receiving energy. What we can have is blockages according to the way how we think. If our thinking continuously move into something that separates us from the unity, is going to create a blockage. Do you guys understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If at any point you guys don't understand, please stop me. So the chakras looks like a big how do you call that? It's something spiraling, big spiral circle located in the points of the chakras. So what do you think is the most important thing about the root chakra? Who knows? Because
Is
we're gonna study that at the end, but let's
the
talk about it now.
traumas and the that we've been through, like our childhood traumas and stuff.
The traumas are located in the sexual. In the root chakra, we have the basic needs. When a person is afraid that it's not gonna have enough and is constantly afraid and thinking that somebody else needs to support them and thinking that the world is a threat, he has problems with the root chakra. The root chakra is what connects us to the material, is what connects us to purpose, is what connects us to our internal compass. The root chakra is what connects us to the crown chakra. So that's the reason why they always said that the intestines have neurons just how the head has neurons, because your root chakra is your second brain, which means your human brain. Are you guys understanding that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So whenever a person, for example, I don't know if you notice that woman now they think that they need a sugar daddy, or men need they have a sugar mommy, because inside of them think, oh well, if I get pretty and I get all these surgeries, then I'm gonna get somebody else that is going to support my style. That person has big problems with the root chakra. Why? Because we need to understand that we're powerful manifestors, and my wealth comes from me, and the universe is enough to provide every basic need. We just have to believe it. Whenever there is lack, it's because internally we believe that we don't deserve it. So when a person is constantly escaping, it's not only sexual problems, sexual chakra problems, but it's also root chakra. When a person is so fly away, which is usually water signs. Do I have any water signs? Oh yeah, Irma. Happy birthday. When is your birthday, Irma?
The 18.
Oh, coming up. Coming up.
Yeah.
Whenever there is a water sign that is very because the problem with water signs is that they have so much feeling that if they don't know how to regulate, they tend to drown themselves in depression. So when a person is not able to regulate their emotions, um, guess what happens? They usually start losing their feet. You know, I have a neighbor that he was born the same day as my mom, and now he has diabetes. Diabetes has to do with the solar plexus, but diabetes is also connected with the root chakra. There sometimes there is organs that they have they function double. And guess what? Now he loses his feet, and now he's about to lose the other one. My mom was born the same day as him. And guess what? My mom cannot walk anymore. And the doctor cannot find any problem with her. Why? Because she finds the world as a threat. If you're not comfortable being here and you constantly doing what is called daydreaming, you're just going to lose your feet because you're not grounding yourself. You're not rooting yourself, because we're supposed to be like trees. That's the reason why they compare us with the tree of life. So meditation is important because through meditation, we learn how to clear the mind. But most important of all is for us to be able to observe how we think. One of the posts that I put today, guess what? A lot of people, I said something that if you don't want to have kids and you just wanted to go ahead and enjoy your life, this is going to be your last life. And guess what was the response for like 58,000 people? Oh, thank God. Oh, I don't want to be here. Listen, you signed up to be here. If you're feeling that well, it's escaping. It's okay to feel like that from time to time. But if you're constantly thinking that life is too hard, if you're constantly thinking that you don't want to be here, guess what? Guess what chakra is going to be affected? The root chakra. Because we need to be grateful for the experience. I have problems too. And let me tell you something. I don't know if you pay attention to my videos, but my daughter is the biggest test I ever had in my life. Because my daughter came to do a very important job. The job that my daughter is doing is healing the feminine energy. What do you guys think is the easiest emotion to feel?
The easiest? Mm.
Hmm.
I would say sad, because if something doesn't go your way, you just get like sad about it or like bothered.
No, the
Love,
easiest emotion is
man.
madness. Because love takes a lot of processing. As a matter of fact, is one of the hardest emotions. Madness. That's the reason why the only feeling that a narcissist can have is what?
Yeah.
Because
And
they are emotionally unregulated. Everything irritates them, everything makes them mad, and everything makes them explode. It's like a child. One of the big the look at a baby. When a baby is born, the baby don't know how to be afraid. They grow, and then they start being afraid, right? When they put the finger in the outlet, oh, they get afraid. They know not to do. They touch the dog. Have you seen those babies that they put their hand inside of the dog? They don't know about fear unless something happens that it teaches them. But guess what? You don't give them the bottom, and guess what? That. It's not like sad. No, I'm like, come here and give me my bottle. The easiest emotion that humans can feel is being mad, because mad is easy. Um, what was I saying? Why did I say that? Hold on, let me rethink.
The root chakra. You were talking about the root chakra.
Okay, yeah, but let me. Why did I start speaking about madness? Oh, my daughter. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's healing the feminine energy in my tree, and the females in my tree are mad, and the only emotion she feels is mad. Let me tell you something, guys. My daughter is mad 24/7, every day of her life. And she has been the hardest lesson for me because it's annoying to be next to a person that is constantly. "Rrr, rrr." I don't know if you notice in my videos, you hear her growling. She's like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." But listen, once you become responsible for your creation and once you understand the reason why you're here, let's go. We have to do this. Like yesterday, I was like, oh God, help me. Because Mariana is so annoying. Because she growled the entire day. But today I said, I put my intention to ignore to see if that's going to help her. Like, let her be. There is gonna be one day that she's gonna get tired. So imagine if, because she's like that, I am constantly saying that I don't want to be here. What do you think, guys, is gonna happen? And that's the reason why people are not successful as healing, because they think in order for them to be happy and to be human, everything needs to go their way. And if we don't learn how to take advantage of every experience, we will never become wise. We will never grow in love. You know how much love it takes for somebody to take care of another human being?
a lot.
Oh, I know. I'm going through it with my mother right now.
Oh, your mom
My
is sick?
mother's really sick. Yeah, my mom's really sick. She's been like what you said about your mom that she can't walk anymore. My mom is
Mm-hmm.
starting to not walk anymore, so she lives with me and she's been in and out of rehab and hospital because she falls off the bed and it's been hard. It's been really hard taking
And
care
she
of my mother.
and she cannot have a caregiver?
No, because Supposedly, we have to pay out of pocket for somebody to what's it called? It's a PC, what is it? Somebody
Personal
that's here
care
with,
assistant. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause she gets paid like over the, you know,
She doesn't have Medicaid?
she does, but because her social security is above, uh, she gets paid above, I guess they go through income. So she
Mm-hmm.
does have nurses that come and like, you know, uh, fix her box of medication. That's twice a week. She has a nurse that gives her a shower twice a week. But they just come, do what they gotta do, and go. You know, I need like a companion. I need somebody to be there for her when I'm working. So I'm in the
Okay.
process. Yeah.
So this is what you can do, Lily. Because people don't think how powerful we are, right? For
Mm-hmm.
example, if I was able to stop a hurricane, and you might think, oh, she's so proud. Listen, when Ian came, I'm gonna be honest. Should I be honest or should not be honest?
Honest.
Yes. Yes, be honest.
Listen, when the last hurricane came to Orlando, I don't remember the name. They give Maria. Maria. Listen, they give us like $2,000, right? So I was thinking inside of me, let Ian come. It's okay. I will have $2,000. I'm just gonna be without electricity. Listen to this. The freaking Ian came, and I was without electricity for 5 days, and it was the most horrible time of my life because I have to be in the house of the narcissist. Because what else am I gonna do? Florida is like 100 degrees, right? So it was like living with the devil. And guess what? I was the first one to apply for FEMA. Listen how karma works. Everybody in my apartment complex got the assistance except for me.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why. I'm like, okay, so this is not working out, Tatiana. Let's reframe the experience. So with this hurricane, because I know that I have the gift of turning weather. Listen, I don't know if you guys ever been to Florida. Have you guys ever been to Florida?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know how bipolar is the weather here?
Yeah. The when it rains, it's bad.
Yes. It's like you dress up for the day and it's summer, and then you put your feet out, there is a big storm. And then you put the umbrella and everything and raincoat, and then it's sunny and humid. So I have the Disney passes, and every time I go, it's like it was a disaster. So one day I was focusing, I'm like, oh, it was raining, pouring, and I was under the coat making this big line, and everybody was sweating, right? So I focus on the sky and like, oh, I wish there was a big sun. And then it turned into sunny. I'm like, what? So I like, let's see if this is true or I'm not making things up. Because as I do the Akashi records, I can read the psychic abilities, right? So that's one of them. So I'm like, okay. So every time I go to Disney, it works. Tell me how this last hurricane, right? Um, my relationship with my son's father declined tremendously because he did something he was not supposed to do. He actually hit my son with a bell, and that's a no-no. So this hurricane, I'm like, if something happens, I'm gonna have to endure this heat because I'm not asking him for help. So I was here on the night of the hurricane, and I was thinking, oh, it's the stars are out, and it's not nothing is happening. And guess what? The next day that it was supposed to blast off, it was okay. So I'm thinking, Tatiana, you have the gift. So if I have the gift to actually change weather, I think I can do anything that I put my mind into. So why am I telling you this, Lily? Because there was something very big that I wanted to manifest that has to do with the government and assistance that I needed for my son. Guess what I did? I grabbed a piece of paper. I grabbed my biggest sigils. I grabbed an approval letter that I had and I put it in the mirror and I got it. Sometimes the only thing that it takes is for us to believe in ourselves. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I've been trying to look for help, um, but I'm applying now for a nurse and see what happens there. Let's see what happens. It's been a bumpy road, but and it hasn't been easy because like my mom wasn't really there for us when we were younger. Like she was there, but she was always working, so I was always left alone with my sister. So when this happened to her, and I had to come and take her in with me and take care of her, um, I used to blame her for a lot. Like I was mad. I was like really angry at her. Like, why do I have to take care of you? You never took care of me, and da 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 da. I was a very angry person. But taking the classes and stuff and knowing that, we chose our parents and this is my lesson and I'm going to learn from this and that I have to give thanks because this is happening for a reason. So, yeah, little by little, just learning and taking it day by day.
What is your zodiac sign, Lily?
Leo.
My emotions are in Leo.
Mm-hmm.
You know that my mom is been needing the help, right? But listen,
Mm-hmm.
I can just Mariana drain me because after my mom had the 3 strokes, um, listen how the programming works. It's not a coincidence. Because my mom, I'm gonna talk about human concepts, okay? I'm not gonna talk about spirituality. Like according to human concepts, my mom was one of the kind. Like if I describe my mom's personality, and it was necessary for me to be the person that I am today, but the choices that she did were hard to swallow. I think my mom and my ex are the biggest toxic person I ever met in my entire life. And it's funny what you said. It's like, you were so toxic, and now you're expecting everybody to drop their life to help you. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
it's like, dude, like, listen, and I'm not blaming my mom, but I got married at the age of 17 because I just wanted to run away from my house. And I know I make that decision, but it's like, give me a break.
Yeah, same here to escape.
But let
Tati,
me tell you
that-
something. What are you
Tati,
gonna say, Mary?
my
Mhm.
situation, what you just said right there. My mom, I believe she's a narcissist too. The biggest, two big challenges, like you just said, mine match that to the T.
But guess what, Mary? You're Leo too, right?
I think I have something in Leo, but he was a Leo.
What is your zodiac sign, Mary?
I'm a Gemini, and I think
You're Gemini?
yeah.
Oh, jeez. You
Wait,
know that
why?
I'm gonna tell you.
That
Because
scared me a little bit. Like, oh
listen,
no.
Geminis are scary. But this is okay. This is the thing. You have two choices when it comes to the programming. If you do not awaken and continue to be the person that you are, you're gonna follow the energy of your zodiac sign. That's the reason why we were given zodiac signs. Zodiac signs is basically a book, right? A script. Here, this is your script, and this is who you're going to be. What is our job? To raise above zodiac signs. What is the problem with zodiac signs? For example, Geminis have the ability to be double, meaning they can be really, 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 really good, and they can be really, 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 really bad at the same time. So it's pure duality. Some zodiac signs are polarized, right? Like, for example, Sagittarius. Oh, they're very nice and upbeat, but they're jerks. When it comes to speaking, Sagittarius would tell you the truth and they will not care how they speak. But guess what? What happens to Gemini? You never know with who you're interacting with. They're very hard to read, and that's the problem with the zodiac signs. So don't be afraid, Leslie. What is your job? To raise above the energy, and that's what it means to be awakened. If you continue to be the energy of your zodiac sign, you're still programmed.
I feel like when I noticed that I was a Gemini and I read into it, like I kind of like lost myself because it was like duality. Like I know I have double personality, and I was like, I kind of lost myself. I was like, who am I truly? You know what I mean?
And that's the reason why whenever you start feeling a certain way, question yourself. Question yourself. For example, the other day I say something in one of the classes that I was like, why did I say that? But guess what? I own it and I said I'm gonna be more mindful. Why? Because I allow my Sagittarius side to come out. And it's hard. It's hard because guess what? Sagittarius are the biggest lawyers. They're debative, they know it all, they think they know the universal truth, and they want to impose that to other people. So, guess what I need to do? Whenever I think I feel I'm right, just let it all the other people be. Why do I have to make them feel like I no? It's their freedom. So what's gonna happen? As you guys start awakening, tell me that you don't have an internal voice that tell you not to do something, and that voice is getting stronger. Who's not hearing the voice?
I am, and that's true. Mine is getting stronger. I stay quiet now because I guess my other shadow is the Sagittarius, and yeah, I could be a little bit outspoken and break it down.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. I have Irma, who's a Scorpio. Oh my God, Scorpios are so hard. Everybody in my house is a Scorpio. The dog, my daughter, my son. And listen how the programming works and how beautiful it is, right? Scorpios are so sensitive. Oh my God, you have to treat them with tweezers. And tell me how on
Yes, we
Sagittarius.
are.
Tell me if it's not true. Like I'm constantly listen. And sometimes your biggest teachers is your children. The other day I say something that I shouldn't say to my son. And now every day he's asking me, Mommy, do you love me? And this is the thing. Listen to this. We were outside in an event, right? Tell me how he pee himself entirely. Like like soak pee. Soak. And I asked him, do you wanna go to the toilet? No, mommy. No. When I turn around, he pee on himself and he's gonna be 8. So I said, because this week he has pee 3 times on himself. 3 times. I don't know what's happening, but he pee on himself. So I said, Joshua, because after a lot of trying to make him understand that we don't do that, I said, okay, Joshua, I don't know what to tell you because I've been letting you know that you're not supposed to pee. If you do it again, you know what? Oh, because he said, because he doesn't like to be reprimanded. So he said, bad old mommy. He said, you're such a bad old mommy. And they'll say, well, if you want to, you can go live with your dad if I'm such a bad old mommy. So since I said that, He's been asking me, do you love me, mommy? Do you love me? And that's how careful I have to be with the emotions of the Scorpios. You imagine how much work is that?
Yeah.
Yes, we're very emotional.
Yeah, my daughter's a Scorpio. Very sensitive.
My oldest daughter's a Scorpio.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do because, well, I do know what to do, but it's really hard because you know what they're teaching me? Unconditional love and let things go.
Yeah.
I have to let it go. Just oversight. I'm not seeing it. Let's try again. And listen, Sagittarius tend to be perfectionists, right? And listen to this. Our North Node. I don't know if you guys know this. You know what the North Node is?
No.
That's the reason why well, okay, I'm gonna teach a little bit of astrology so you guys can get familiar with. But the North Node is the energy that we're gonna choose in our next life. It's like what we're working towards if we don't awaken. And guess what is the zodiac sign that is my North Node? The nightmare of the zodiac sign.
Oh
Scorpio?
my
Vir-
God, which one?
no, Virgo, because they're so critical and judgy. Have you ever
Oh,
have you guys ever dated or have a friend or somebody that is Virgo?
oh my God, my grandmother's a Virgo.
Yes.
Ugh.
My
Oh,
Virgo.
it's a nightmare. Nightmare. Because it's like you're under the radar. Oh, you're not supposed to do this way. Oh, it's not that way. Oh, it's this way. They think they are perfect, immaculate. And if you do something that is wrong, oh, you have to hear the chichiri chatting. Oh, because you're supposed to do it. I can. And I was going towards that. So imagine how much my children are changing me. I'm like, okay, let's let this go. Okay, I'm not saying this. So you know what is the word that I hear over and over again in my house? Oh, we're gonna try again. We're gonna. It's okay, mommy. We will try again. Oh, mommy, it's okay. We will try again. And guess what? My son is right. Through repetition is how we learn. So going back to Mary's questions about the root chakra, what is the best thing that we guys can do for the root chakra? Look for purposes, little purposes and big purposes. For example, remember that I talk about the I had a hole in my income that I recovered successfully. Thank God. Now I'm manifesting the apartment. Why am manifesting an apartment and not a house? Because my goal is to travel. That's my goal. More than having a beautiful house that I can actually accumulate stuff, which by the way, I love to buy stuff. I want to build memories. Because one thing that you guys are going to take with you is what? The memories and the information and the knowledge that you learn. That's it. When you guys die and you go to the next life, that's the only thing that you're going to take with you. You're not going to take your car, you're not going to take your crystals, you're not going to take your jewelry, you're not going to take your children, your parenting in life, nothing besides knowledge. And listen, the knowledge open the gifts. Like hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
yeah, now you just,
It
yep.
cut-
It, it's because I have this guy in Instagram constantly calling me, and I don't know why because I don't know him. Okay, so when it comes to knowledge, everything that you learn in this that's the reason why I'm unable to grasp so much information because my past lives I became a researcher of the truth. So every time I hear this, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, this is the truth. So I want my apartment with my 3 bedrooms so I can have my beautiful bedroom by myself. And after I focus on my income, I'm focusing on that. After focusing on that, I want to focus on my next vacation. And then I want to focus on expanding my groups because I want to teach more spirituality. So that's how you put your root chakra to really generating purposes that you focus and you're not going to let this go until it manifests. So that's the reason why you need to get grounded by meditation, by going in the tree and liberating your what is it, your negative energies, and always being here present in the moment. How do you work with the sexual chakra? By feeling and balancing those feelings and manifest and manifest and manifest. But how do you manifest? By desiring. Listen, there has not been one thing that one thing. I really want to date somebody, but I think I have a package as the person. But that's coming soon because I'm more worried about me than that. But that the rest of the things, everything that I have desire has come into my life. Everything that I put my mind into, but you need to desire it. First, clarify what you want, purpose. Second, desiring that thing, feeling it, feeling how you're gonna feel in that new apartment. Visualize the furniture, visualize how you're gonna put it. Then, taking a plan into action. How are you gonna put a plan into action? Well, if I wanna have a 3 bedroom apartment, I have to go to the office. And before I do that, I'm gonna put my perfume and my cinnamon and my mix. I'm gonna say my words. I'm gonna have all my powerful crystals. I'm gonna speak with the office. I'm gonna put my desire in the refrigerator. And then I'm gonna wait for my manifestation to come into fruition. So I don't know if I answer your question, Mary.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the chakra, but how do we know when they're, well, I guess like you said, if it were closed, then I wouldn't be alive. So I guess is the proper term is balancing them? Like at what point do we know when because I did a meditation like over the weekend and it was Brian Scott. He's like very popular on YouTube or whatever. And it was where he kind of has you go into the what is that word you taught us, the makra, the makra ba, something like that,
What?
where he
What
where
word?
it's like you're when you're in the star, you know how when they put that thing, that a triangle around you like a star.
Mm, Merkaba.
Yeah, he did like a meditation like that, and he has you visualize that you're going into that, and it was like, very, moving. I was like sweating, like it made me very, very, my temperature hot. And I guess like I do meditate a lot because I work from home, so on my lunch that's what I do, or like in the night I don't really go out too much, so in the night and the weekends I do a lot of meditations. I do them daily. So I'm just like kind of wondering, like, are my chakras ever gonna open? Like, am I gonna feel like that, the thing go up your spine? And I guess that's kind of where I'm like wondering, like, how long does it take? Because I know they say it could take a long time.
They're open. The thing is that you need to work on the blockages. And where is the blockages coming from? From the
Programming.
did you answer the questions about the sexual chakra?
Yeah.
Okay. Depending how you answer those questions, you're gonna find out how many blockages do you have in the sexual chakra. I'm gonna pass you guys, if you guys want to, the survey for the solar plexus. So if you want to, what we can do this week, I'm gonna pass 3 services for the root chakra, the sexual chakra, and the solar plexus. But you guys need to be honest. How you answer that is gonna determine how many blockages you need to work on. For example, me, I don't like roller coasters, and that's actually in the solar plexus. Why I don't like roller coasters? Because people that is actually very controlling, they don't like roller coasters, and people that doesn't like ups and downs in their emotions don't like roller coasters. Am I gonna be able to heal that in this life? I don't know. I don't know because I don't like that feeling of emptiness in my stomach. I don't like that. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. So that is a blockage that is telling me alert, alert, work on not controlling life, working not controlling the experience, flow, flow, flow. So that's how you actually start working on chakra by chakra.
Okay.
When you
Okay,
say,
another question.
mm-hmm,
Uh, Um, so when you are healing, like when you're doing your inner healing, does that have to do a lot too with your chakras, like your blockages, or no?
yes.
Okay.
Why?
No, I was just wondering. I'm like, how do I know if I'm healing? So Mary
Okay,
asked, how
okay.
do I know?
I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna, this week is my children's birthday, but next week I'm gonna focus like there is no tomorrow because I'm gonna give a master class about rejectment. The thing is that when it comes to healing, how we're gonna know about healing is how much are we able to grasp and how much are we able to see and how much are we able to like not be triggered by. For example, me in the past, I would be very particular about hearing people that is with narcissists, right? Because I used to be very defensive because I thought, wow, he abused me so much. I got this cancer because of him. He cheated on me. Like it was personal. Like if I hear a narcissist, I will go on. Now I find it funny. So as you start maturing, you're gonna see in which areas are you lacking and which areas you can actually have balance. What I was gonna tell you about your mom, I'm gonna tell you something, Lily, but I don't know if you're able to process it.
It's okay. Go ahead.
You don't have to take care of her
You know what? I remember you saying that once as well. I remember you telling me that.
because
You know something? But and the funny thing is that every time I think about it and I feel guilt. And I know guilt is something that it's not good to feel. It's not something that I should feel. But yeah, I'm working on that. It's strong.
because this is the thing. We have to come to a point that we are detached from everything. For example, I feel like how you feel about Mariana. You guys don't know how hard it is to take care of Mariana. Sometimes I think, I should I put her in an institution because this is too much. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there to be so detached that I don't feel the guilt that she's gonna be abused. I haven't reached that level. But I know that if the situation doesn't change, one day I'd be ready to take that decision. I'm not there yet. But with my mom, right? Because it's not just my daughter, it's my mom too. She wants for me to visit her, to spend time with her. Uh, no, no. And it's not because I don't love her. It's because I don't have the energy. I don't have the. She lives like 2 hours away from me, and I did what I could, and but right now I don't. So I
Yeah.
have been able to not feel guilty about it. Like I have been there. Like for example, listen to this. Last year, I did this big dinner for Thanksgiving. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but I've been by myself since I don't know. Always by myself, no family. Like my family is so dysfunctional that we don't get together. So I'm the one that is trying to glue everything together because I like traditions. I like to be with my family. So last year, when because another thing that has been taking a lot of energy from me has been my knee. Since I broke my knee, I've been disabled myself. As a matter of fact, I'm still limping and I'm taking physical therapy. Like my knee has taken such a strong hold in my health that I don't have energy to do much. So last year, I spent my entire year with my mom. My entire year, every weekend. Every weekend. As a matter of fact, I did a big dinner for Thanksgiving. And when I went to her house, she was in her pajamas with no bra. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? We're gonna take some pictures. Oh, I don't like turkey. Why did you do that? A stinky attitude. I'm like, whatever. I just went outside, I took pictures, and then I tried again for Christmas. I did this big dinner. I took all my children's presents, and my back, I have three herniated discs and a pinched nerve. So if I don't sleep in a comfortable bed, next day I'm destroyed. My back is like messing me up. So when I went there, I put a sleeping sofa. I'm sorry, inflatable thing. And my brother, he's kind of a narcissist because my mom has been very tough with the females, but with my son, my brother, she has been very condescending and no, I'm sorry, very, ay, my papito, my little thingy, and everything that my brother said. So we were sleeping, and at 6 he came home making all this noise, so I couldn't sleep. So my holidays were not as I expected. So this year I said, no, I'm not just gonna put so much energy into something that is not going to give me good results. I'm not. And sometimes we have to be selfish like that. And it doesn't have to be from a place of hating or because you did this, I'm not gonna do it. No, it's because we always have to take the best choices for us. Why? Because that's how we, like, if there is a relationship that is not being two ways, the energy is being in deficit. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about, look how religion taught us wrong. What religion says? Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Be there for them. It doesn't matter if they step on you. Just be there. That's what Jesus would do. Just take your coat and give it to them. Take your clothes and give it to them. No, it doesn't work that way. And if you pay attention into the classes that I've been teaching, depression comes from a deficit. You continuously to invest into something that is not going to return into anything. And remember, everybody has to be responsible for their choices. That's the reason why it is crucial for us to choose our best and highest path. Let's talk about this. For example, do you really think, and this is not from a perspective of judgment, it's from a perspective of being in a highest timeline, right? Why do you think my mom is in the position that she's in? Because she wasted her energy being mad and complaining, right? So now her return back is she deteriorated her body. Now she doesn't have a body. Like everybody in this plane has to be responsible for the choices that they're taking. Just how I have to be responsible, everybody else has to be responsible. And you cannot just expect everybody to drop everything because you haven't been responsible for yourself. Sorry, but no, it doesn't work that way. And if my stepfather makes the decision to put my mom in an institution, I will feel bad. I will come see her, but we need to choose right. Think about the people that is in jail. Oops, I kill you, but just give me another chance. Does it work that way?
No.
Think about it, you guys. Oops, I just stole the bank, but just give me another chance. Does it work that way?
No.
Look at this. There was this movie. I don't know if you guys see it. I think it's in Hulu. These two girls went in a electric pole in the middle of the desert, like a rusty, like stairs, like very rusty, very high, just to take a picture so they can get some views. Did you guys see that movie?
No.
Listen how
I think I did
important
see
it
that one.
wasn't. That scary? Did you see that, Lily? The
Yeah, that was
like
horrible.
how in the world you gonna choose so bad that you're gonna
And
go so high up?
hmm
Nobody knows where you are. Uh, that's the reason why you need to choose right. You will never see me doing that. I will never do that. Or I will never go in a cage with sharks. Never. I will never put myself in a situation because that's how life works. How many times for not thinking what we do, we make a mistake and we end up dead? Does nature forgive you? No, it's choices, choices, and choices, and choices, and choices. And that's the reason why, what is the thing that we need to think about? Let me choose for my highest self. Let me choose for my highest self. And whatever you harvest is whatever you reap. Whatever you harvest is what you reap. And why is that way? Because that's how you learn lessons. What do you think is gonna happen next life with my mom? Do you think she's gonna waste her life being mad? I can guarantee you next life, she's not gonna choose how she chose this life. And we take life for granted. And then we wanna make everybody else responsible. Why?
So your mom, like you said, your mom's next life, it won't be like this. Well, how will it get better if she didn't heal in this lifetime? How will
She's
her
gonna
next?
have to choose right, but she will remember.
Mhm.
She will remember. For example, past life, right? I was killed by my narcissist ex. And tell me how this life I was so afraid of him. It's not like he hit me like, oh my God, he tortured you. He broke your nose and he make you bleed. He slapped me. As a matter of fact, he fights like a woman. He slapped me, but he did slap me. But in my soul, I felt I felt really terrified. So your soul remembers. So guess what? The first time we went to live together, when he started to become aggressive, I disappeared. I did not stay. I disappeared like he went to work at the end of the day, my things were gone. It's like inside of you, you have an internal compass that tells you, don't go there. Mm. So I'm not saying that, well, if she continues to make the same mistake, instead of evolving, she will be regressing. But I think because of the work my sister and me are doing, she's going to have a better chance to choose better. And that's the reason why it's so important for us to do this work, because we are leaving a legacy. I can guarantee you that the next generations in my tree, the women are not going to be like the past generations. They're going to be strong, they're going to be empowered, they're going to be secure, and they're going to know how to generate income without a man having them to support them. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that every life we have given the chance to make better choices, but we have to be responsible with the choices we take. And everybody has to confront those choices. And we cannot continue to make other people to feel responsible for the choices we do. I don't know if that gives you some insight, Lily.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
I
I
know the
love my
time.
mom.
Oh yeah, I love my
Hmm?
mom too. But I know it's gonna come a time where I won't be able to myself. I just won't be able to. So, mhm.
And you know what is the funniest thing? That when a person is a narcissist, the more you help them, the less they thankful. The less they thankful. So that's the reason why it's like investing into an empty barrel. The more you give, the less they see the light. The less. For example, I'm the way how I'm telling you, but my sister, oh my God, my sister was totally invested in my mom. But every time my sister says no, my mom cursed the heck out of my sister. But I let her if that's what she wants. And that's the reason why we need to how to be grateful. We need to have a good attitude. We need to make right choices. And remembering that next life we're going to harvest what we're sowing now.
Now I got a question about this. I'm in the same situation with my mom, and I don't know if she do it conscious or unconscious, but she been telling me sometimes like the same thing I'm doing with her, like my kids gonna do it to me. How that works?
What do you mean? Like that you're ignoring her or something like that and she's making you feel regrets?
Yeah, she
I
just
hear.
made me feel like I gotta be right there with her, like visiting her. Like I don't really go and see her that much because, well, honestly, because I don't feel like it. I don't feel it. But I love her. I talk to her on the phone and stuff. I just don't go and see her.
And that's the reason why you need to believe what is inside of your heart, right? Because a lot of people is gonna judge us, a lot of people. But at the end of the day, what is a man? What matters the most?
What I feel, I mean,
Exactly what I feel.
I
And
just I love her and I help her every time she needs to, but it's not from my heart to say like I'm gonna go see my mom. I'm gonna take my kids to go see my mom. It's not there. The connection is not there.
me too. For example, every time I go to my mom's house, she's complaining that my kids are running around.
Right,
So
that's one thing.
I'm trying to make you feel good, but you're making my kids feel uncomfortable. So it defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. So and let me
It's
tell
a
you
little
something.
difficult.
Yes, and that's the reason why, as we grow in this path of enlightenment, a lot of people is gonna be upset because they're not gonna understand what we're doing. But at the end of the day, listen to this. We have given the opportunity to live the best life ever, and what do we do? Please, people. Please,
I'm
people.
not doing that anymore. No, no.
But it took you a lot to figure it out, right?
Yes, a lot.
That's true.
We have been giving our all from the victim mentality, right? And what have taken us?
Nowhere.
Me, my body is totally messed up. I was the healthiest person ever. And me, for trying to please everybody, I end up with half of body. Thank God we're able to heal ourselves. But that's the reason why I want to run away from toxic people like there is no tomorrow. As soon as I see their behavior, see you, I don't want to be involved into anything that is negative, that is going to steal my energy, that is not going to return an investment of good energy. And I'm realizing that as I continue to grow. If energy is all that is, I need to mingle with people that it has my same mind because I'm not here to save anybody. And everybody has to learn how to save themselves. Take a look at the people that is hippie like. Do you think they care? No. They're just living their best life. We just have to learn how to live our best lives and do the best with that. Do the best we have with the resources that we have, and we need to exponentiate those opportunities so we can actually leave that to our children. I I think is the best because remember, if we keep reincarnating in the same family tree, right? You're giving this to yourself. Wouldn't you want for somebody in your family to give you the gift of freedom instead of how Mary calls the generational curses? Right? I
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
damn, why couldn't have
Yeah.
a Liz at least give me a mom, but that mom and dad, the freak. At least something, right?
Yeah.
But think about this. I don't know how many more lives we have. Hopefully, two more. But we're giving ourselves the gift of freedom. Imagine this. As you are alive, I can guarantee you, please tell me that you started to see changes in your children or no changes.
Yeah, I have.
When what? I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Are you guys started to see changes in your children?
But why? Because of our change or
Yeah, because of
just in
our changes.
general? Yeah. Actually, my oldest daughter says that she sees a big difference in me. I suffer from anxiety. I used to constantly always have anxiety. So I was like a very hyper type person. And she says to me, "Oh my God, Mom, even the way you walk, like you look a little more calmer." And yes, even I have noticed it. I that anxiety I used to feel in my chest 24/7 has totally disappeared. It's like crazy.
You see, that's how important this work is. And people don't realize it. People think that working is more important than healing. People think that dating or family is more important. No, you're giving yourself the opportunity to become like, let's be honest, this world would be wonderful if you had the money and a good relationship and travel around. We don't like it because we've been through the toughest battles. It's like we're wounded and then another punch and then another punch, right? But if you had the money, like let's think about Kim Kardashian's life. Wouldn't you guys want that? I would. Traveling and eating and just looking pretty. I would.
Oh yes, me too.
Right? And this is exactly what we're doing, the passport to freedom, because everything gets recorded in our DNA. You don't have to worry about recording it, it gets recorded automatically. So, next week, we're gonna do the class live. So, you guys
Okay.
prepare. I'm gonna put the surveys. And listen, please ask questions. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. Please ask questions. Okay?
We'll try.
I'm gonna put the surveys. If you guys want to make it public or send it to me private. And we're going to start about talking about the blockages so we can target them. For example, remember that the first question I ever asked was, how do you feel about life? Ask yourself that question again.
Different answer.
That's okay. But let's answer all the surveys again so we can actually target the blockages. Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put Joshua to sleep and I might do a live. Let's see if Joshua follows through. If I do, I will put a message. And if you guys want to join me, I talk to you guys. But I think this class was wonderful. Um, I know you guys want to develop the psychic abilities through the meditation that you guys do. But guess what? The less the blockages, the more you guys are gonna flow into the unknown. And one thing that I can tell you that is working with me a lot, that I'm trying to implement every day, is Pilates. So if you guys, I can send a workout that is gonna help you with your energy too.
Okay.
Sure.
Leslie, do you have any questions? You're very quiet today.
I'm sorry. I was listening to you guys. I was doing homework, but I was listening. I'm listening. It's like a little podcast. I love it.
Okay, my love. Okay, so we're gonna listen. The next, I'm gonna create a good should we do a ritual to finish this class? I don't know. What you guys think? Well,
Sure.
let's do the blockages. Let's do the blockages. And if you guys need help with anything, I will teach you more about the stuff that we're learning. Has anybody experienced anything that you have manifested through any of the rituals that I have teach?
It's coming. It's on its way.
Did you put him in the mirror?
Yes.
Nice, nice. I like that. There is actually a good ritual to take people away forever. Do you want that one? I can share that one.
Oh yeah, you could share that one.
I haven't posted that in because people think it's witchcraft. Oh my god! So I don't post everything in there, but I have a good one. Listen, you're gonna get a container, a crystal container. You're gonna get Himalaya salt. and you're gonna put apple cider vinegar. Then you're gonna put a half. Then you're gonna get a piece of paper with the name of the person that you don't want for that person to be in your life anymore. You're gonna put the date of birth and the name. And then you're gonna cover it with Himalayan salt and vinegar until you top it. You close it really good and you're gonna put it in the refrigerator. And tell me if that person doesn't disappear your life.
Will he still be in the daughter's life?
Well, if child support goes through, yes.
Okay. I mean, my life, yes, but I mean, I would want him to participate in his daughter's because I don't, obviously want to make that decision for her.
But I'm gonna tell you something that I learned, if you permit me. Something that I learned the hard way. Whenever there is a toxic person, it's better for that person not to be than for that person to be. Because sometimes it's more the damage that that person do than the benefit that person get. Just think about that. And
Mm,
be careful with what you wish for.
yeah.
That is so true.
Because if my father was in my life, I think I'd be like the sickest person. My father was a sociopath. He killed people and he tortured that people. Sometimes there is people so toxic and damaged that it's better for them not to be in our lives. And you know how we choose people in our lives? By the concepts that we have. But remember, your concept doesn't define who the person truly is. The person gets defined by their actions. And remember what a father figure means in the life of a woman. If he's a good father, I commend you. But if he's a shitty one, be very careful what you wish for.
Okay, makes sense.
Because my entire life, I tried to force Joshua's father to be in his life. Why would I have to force you? That has to come natural. And then sometimes he disappoints him. Like he says, "Oh, I'm gonna be with you," and then he doesn't come. Remember, what the unconscious is seeing is the masculine energy, not what is outside. So, Angeli, how are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
How was your math test? Did you pass?
I haven't gotten the results yet, but my teacher did say that most class did get good.
I told you, you see? I'm glad. Okay, my sweeties.
Tati, can I ask you a question before we leave?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, there's a difference between feeling something and then like the logical thing to do. So,
Okay.
what's like what's better to like approach the situation like the way you're feeling? Because I don't know, because is intuition like when you feel something, right? Or is it something else? Like I don't know how to approach things the right way, because it's like I feel like I should do this, but logically it's better to do something else.
Okay, when it comes to making a decision, feeling is okay, but there is a difference between feeling and sentiment. For example, sometimes we get moved by the sad story of the sentiment. For example, I'm gonna give an example. Somebody dies, right? No, let's talk about a breakup. When we do a breakup, the normal feeling is grief, right? It's okay to grieve for a week. But if after a week you continue to think, how he used to kiss me, he's so sad that he's not with me, you are feeding the sentiment of sadness so you can continue to be in that state. So you need to learn how to recognize the emotions from the sentiments. For example, madness is an emotion that comes from not putting boundaries. You violating my boundary, so something inside of me is alerting me that you can come as far as this. But if by being mad and continue to think, but look what she did. Oh, she did it on purpose. It's because she hates me. Oh, she's hurting me. I'm feeding the sentiment. So when it comes to making a decision, that you said logic or feeling, it all depends on the decision. Give me an example.
Wait, I'm trying to think of one. I don't know. I can't give a good example. I don't know. It's just like whenever like when I want to cut somebody off, right? Like I feel bad, right? But the logic thing to do is to cut that person off because it's toxic in my life, you know. But it's always that feeling of like feeling bad for the person.
Okay, when it comes to cutting somebody off, what's the reason of you cutting it off? And if you're feeling bad, is that codependency? Because when I think about cutting somebody off, it's because that person is not good for me. Once I make that decision, it's gone. But if I'm codependent, oh, I'm gonna be alone. But she was my best friend. Oh, but we used to do this together. Then I'm feeding into my codependency and not understanding that the benefit is less than what my highest good has for me. So you always have to look at what? The intention. What is the intention for me to do things? If the intention is related with inner child wounds, don't listen to the feeling. Is it more clear now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I usually let the universe take care of removing people that are not good for me. That's one of my big things that I always put out there. Like anybody that's not good for me or toxic and it's weird because all the people that I know were toxic and even just regular mutual friends. Yeah, haven't, they removed them. They constantly removing them. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been 2 weeks. My friend, I spoke to her every day, 2, 3 times a day. And for the last 2, 3 weeks, she hasn't called. And like she says, is it my codependency? And I'm like, no, like I'm okay. Because you know what? I feel like the universe is removing the people that are not good for me. So that's what I do. I just let the universe remove them and just pray on it.
But in order for you to get to that level, you need to deal with a narcissist to do that. But Leslie's too young to know that.
That's true. Yeah.
Leslie is entering, every 7 years we move from chakra to chakra. From 1 to 7 is root chakra. From 7 to 14 is sexual. From 7 to 21 is solar plexus. So right now she's building her emotional body. So what's gonna happen? Because she had a dysfunctional family when she was little, guess what she's gonna rely on?
The outside.
Friends. The family I never had.
Yeah.
I
How
remember when I was a teenager.
how
Oh,
about
my mama doesn't understand me, but guess what? My best friend does.
yeah. How about because what I'm dealing with right now is there's this person, right? and I'm very, very connected to him in a spiritual level. Like, we talk about spirituality, we talk about really deep conversations, and that's what attracts me about like people. Because you know, some people just talk about the basics, about blah 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 blah, but I like interesting people. And with this guy, we have that deep conversation and that deep connection. But I feel like because of that, he has developed like an intimate relationship with me. Like, he wants a relationship, and I don't want a relationship because that, you know, I just came out of a toxic relationship and I'm in my healing stage right now, right? So it's like,
Okay,
I
but
don't know.
don't get confused by what people is talking. Did you guys notice that Dustin left?
Yeah,
Yes.
in that,
You
yeah.
know, he was my boyfriend, like back in December.
No, I
And listen to this. You can be very spiritual but be very emotional immature. So don't get confused by what people talks. Always look at their actions, Leslie.
No, and his actions is really good. Like, he's a really like down to earth, like very good person. I wanna low-key like invite him to this group because I've talked about it. I've talked about these meetings and things, but he's a really down to earth person. But it's more like he wants a relationship. He wants to get more close to me, and I don't want that. And I feel like if I tell him that, he's just gonna like, I don't know, like cut me off or like, you know, like see me in a bad way.
So what
You
is
know,
that makes him?
but
If he reacts that way, what is that makes him?
it's not a real friend. It's not a good friend.
He's
It's
not
not.
mature. He's controlling. Why would somebody be mad at you because you don't want to be with them because you're not ready? He should be very proud of you for you making that decision because what people do usually, un clavo saca otro clavo. That's what people do.
Yeah.
So if he's really a spiritual, he should be mature enough to understand that you're not at the level yet. Because the only thing that is gonna happen is you're gonna just recreate past relationship, and then you're gonna be in pain again.
Yeah, and I'm not being that toxic environment again. Yeah. Sham. I have to tell him either way.
So that's what I'm telling you. Somebody can be very spiritual, but if the actions doesn't match their words, that's it. That's it. And that's the reason why, what is it that you guys always look for? Actions, 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 actions. Listen, I don't want people to ask me for forgiveness. I don't care about I'm sorry. That's an excuse. That's a crunch. You know what I care? For change behaviors.
yeah.
I tell my son's father all the time, don't say sorry. Don't tell me I'm sorry. I don't care for your sorries. I care about your actions. Your actions says a lot about you. Does anybody else have a question?
No.
Not at the moment.
I'm gonna say good night to everybody. I gotta wake up really early. So good night, and I'll see you all
Thank
at
you,
the next
Lily.
class. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Good
Lily. Thank
night.
you for being with us.
Definitely,
Irma,
yes.
how is your car? How is everything with you?
Everything is much better now.
It has to be. You're a Scorpio. Guess what? Now you should do a very big ritual before your birthday. Do you guys know the ritual for your birthday?
No.
Cleaning
No.
and moving the energy through moving furniture. Take everything out from your bedroom. Clean deeply. Put candles in the four corners. Make a letter saying everything that you have accomplished, thanking the universe for being around the globe for 365 days. And then burn the letter in front of your ancestors with a new letter of what you want to manifest for the next year.
Okay, yeah, you talked about that one the last time about taking everything out of the room. I forgot.
Yes, and your Irma has 3 wands. She's a big portal.
Oh,
Oh,
I wish I have 3 wands in my birthday. Excuse me, Ascended Master here.
I never thought about that until now that you're saying it. I mean, now that I'm knowing all this stuff.
So remember, we're gonna do the surveys. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Next week, we're gonna start solar plexus, and we're going to kick this in like titans. We're gonna get all these. You know that every single body in the entire world has blockages in the solar plexus. Everybody.
I believe it.
All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great, great, great night, and we see each other again next Monday.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good, everyone.
Bye, bye, Angelique. Bye, Leslie.
Thank you, Tati. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a great night, love.